So I told you guys I'll be doing some updates. This is my 87 Grand National, and yes, it is a Grand National. I painted it two-tone just because I hadn't seen one like it, and I wanted one that way. I had this done. The paint was done about 4 years ago by a friend of mine. He spent a solid 2 weeks prepping the body. He found some spots on the hood, some spots on the roof. Had to level them all out, make them look pretty. But I mean, the car looks good. I bought it out of Tampa, Florida, from a guy who had spent a ton of money having a shop go through it. And when I got the car, it was smoking out the tailpipe, smoking blue, burning oil. I've had a lot of experience with these cars, so I was just figuring it's the head gasket or the turbo. And brought it home and just tore the heads off of it. Heads were fine, but went ahead and did a 3-angle valve job. What I ended up finding is once I pulled the turbo off, the turbo had been coked. The oil had gotten burnt, and it was backing up into the turbo. It's actually burning oil inside the turbo. So kind of rare, never seen that before. Probably somebody had not let it cool down a few times. And what that does, that cokes the turbo. So I didn't risk putting another turbo or putting that turbo back in it. So I went ahead and ordered, big heavy hood. Went ahead and ordered a Precision turbo. Can't tell you what it is. It's equivalent to a TE44. It's been 3 or 4 years since I bought it. It's only one step above stock. She's got hooker headers. Right there, that's the badge. You can't really see it that well. I wish they'd have coated those things. It would have made them last a lot longer, look a lot better. It's got a mass airflow pipe. Get rid of the old dryer hose. Breather. And other than that, it's stock. I don't know what's been done to it as far as chip or injectors. Because when I put it back together, it fired up, I mean, almost immediately. So it's run good. We've taken it to Daytona. I actually had it in the rod run. That's where I had the pinstripe done. Guy out Deltona or Daytona or somewhere over there. Spent about 4 hours doing it. And I tell you what, I think it's sharp. It set the color of the car off. And I'm going to go back and have him do some, like a ghost checker thing back here, but hadn't had time. I don't have time to drive all the way out there. I have had new seat covers put on. The other ones were just bad, like they all are. Didn't get new headrests. Those are original headrests. Back seat was good. Still got stuff from the rod run in it. That's so funny. It's dirty inside. I haven't cleaned this yet. Still got to put the window switch back on. That side's kind of in, but I need pull straps. I have them, and I don't know where the passenger side one is. But I quit driving this car about 3 years ago. Because when we got back from the rod run, I was having a hard time pulling it out of park. And one morning, I had to go to work, and I went to go put it in reverse, and it wouldn't move. Wouldn't shift in the column, wouldn't shift on the floor. So I grabbed the tow truck, brought it over to my shop. I really haven't touched it since. Last week I got to looking, decided I wanted to go ahead and do something with it because I'm just tired of seeing it sit. And I'm trying to find the piece. Right there it is. This piece had broken in the shifter cable. And it wedged itself in there. That is the piece. I don't remember, this is the piece that goes in here. And it was just locked up inside the housing, so I guess I had broken the cable. So put a new cable in it. And put a new battery in it. Haven't even put fresh gas in it. And got it running 3 days ago. And we'll see what happens. This car has always started that well since I put it back together. Idle's good for a Buick. The air, everything in the air conditioning was just replaced before I bought it. It has set for about 3 years, so the air's not blowing real cold. The AC is cycling still. So we're probably just low on Freon. I'll get that fixed. But I mean, this thing, even that old crappy gas, it's running great. So I'm going to put this up for sale. trying to clear out the shop one car at a time. I don't know how many miles are on the motor. I know when I did pull it apart, pull the heads off of it, the crosshatch was still perfect. It shows, can't see it all that well, it shows 54,000 on it. Not a 6-digit odometer, so I'm not gonna make any promises on what it is. The body is straight on it. The guy who did the paint did a lot. He spent a lot of time on it, and he'd send me progress pictures. I have pictures of it going into the shop, have pictures of it in primer, have pictures of it in the first coat of paint. He was real proud of it, and I understand. It looks really good. When I wet sand it and buff it, it really looks good. He put a lot of clear coat on it. There goes the hood. Guess it'll need hood shocks, which I put on right before I started driving it, so of course they went bad. This thing will sit here and idle all day long. So if you're interested, send me a message. It's located in St. Petersburg, Florida. I also have a roller, 9-second car, cage, mini tug, C-notch in the frame. It's got a stock motor and drivetrain in it, but you can buy it as a roller. We'll yank that out, or you can buy it with the motor and transmission. Or I have another motor and transmission that's about 500 horse, but I don't know that much about it because I haven't pulled anything apart on it yet. It's ARP studs. Not the one that's in it, the other motor I have is ARP studs, built transmission. So, interested in any of this junk, give me a call.